Um, yes, guys, start பண்ணலாம் guys. Yes, actually, like previous scalar draw, scalar draw. Yeah, previous session we saw a very simple flow. Like where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, where is it? Yeah, this was a flow, right? Um, yes, X402 வந்து implement பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். But today I have implemented it, but it's not like uh, production ready. I have just implemented it. Test பண்ணுறதுக்காக I just implemented it, right? What happens is நம்ம நேற்று வந்து we saw a demo using an Express.js. இன்னைக்கு அதே டெமோ தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம், பட் instead of calling /weather we are going to call status, and which is going to again make a call to fast API. So this is the flow we are going to follow today. நான் எதுவுமே இன்னும் செட்டப் பண்ணல. We need to set up all the blockchain and then server part and also the client part. Let me do it in the live. Yeah, so this is going to be the MCP server X402. So additionally I made 2 changes. So if I go to the index of server, I have added one more API, get request API, which again makes a get request to the fast API and it gets back the response. And இன்னொன்று பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, inside the MCP I created a tool which gets the PDF hash. I'm using Zor for type validation as well as to describe more about the parameter that should be passed to the tool so that AI gets more context. So again we are going to call. So this tool is going to be triggered by the AI agent, and this tool is going to call an express server, and which is going to make a call to the fast API endpoint, which is going to get the data from the blockchain, and eventually the AI processes the response and then gives back the polished response to the user. So this is the 2 things that I've added today. We'll try to run the MCP server plus the fast API server plus the blockchain. So we'll start with the blockchain part, right? I think that's the most interesting part and most simplified part. Let me remove the states.json and we'll deploy from scratch. Anvil dump state json.json state.json. I'm going to deploy. I already have this deploy script. Deploy பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் we need to verify whether நம்ம deploy பண்ண contract is same-ஆன்னு பார்த்துக்கணும். Most of the time இது சேமாக தான் இருக்கும், no need to worry. And if you want, you can also verify after deployment. You can verify whether it returns the owner. This is going to be the first address of Anvil, who is going to be the one who have deployed this contract. Fine. Now the blockchain is running. Next we will come back to the server part. If we go to the nodes.md, I have a bunch of commands. This is to activate the env. No worries, I think it's inside the app. Maybe I should reinitialize the env. I'm not sure. Why? I think that's Python 3. this is for Windows, this is for Mac OS. And I'm going to install all the requirements. So once installed, we will run the server. Make sure you don't have the database, and also yeah. So right now the server is running. I have created a 0.db database. We are currently running the blockchain and also the fast API server side. Now it's time to run the MCP server, right? Yes, now we are going to run the MCP plus, because we have both the X402 plus the MCP, right? So what is the additional thing, like if you want to add an X402 server part, you have to implement a middleware. For example, in the middleware add pannu, right? So app.use, this is the middleware. Pay to, we have two endpoints. So on the endpoints, how much we have to pay, what network we have to pay, and also we need to provide the config. So inside the env file you can find, so this is the address to which all the payments will be sent, right? And this is the facilitator. So this is the one who is responsible for verifying and also settling the transaction on the blockchain. Fine. So we are loading the envs. So here you can see the facilitator pay to. If the facilitator is not available or the pay to is not available, then it reverts. I don't know where it is being used. Yeah, it's used over here inside the middleware. The facilitator and the pay to is also used inside the middleware. Now it's clear. Now what is the change that I have to do if I want to implement X402 to the MCP server? I think you have to wrap the Axios as an MCP server, as an X402, so that it handles, like when you make a transaction or when you make a request to an API, if that API requires the payment, it reverts back. So this revert should be handled by the MCP2 or MCP server. So we need to wrap the Axios or any other request packages or the API request packages into the X402 payment system. So let me see, like in JavaScript, here you could see, like we have server.tool. The transport is going to be standard input output, sir, and then connect to this transport. So here we go, right? The client. So before making a client or get a request, you have to wrap it into with payment interceptor. This is going to be the one who is going to handle the revert, and it's going to sign a message using a private key. So that's why we need an account, which we got from the private key. The private key is in the .env file. I'm not going to provide it. The base URL is going to be the base URL for the Express server. So this is not the base URL for the fast API. Alright, I hope this is clear. Now I have a doubt, like where do we mention the base URL for inside the Express? We are making a request. So this is going to be the 8000. Yeah, this is going to be 8000, and the Express is going to be, I think, I'm not sure, like I don't want to get into the .env file because I have the private key which contains some USDC. I don't want to reveal it. So anyways, that's the change and the explanation. So we'll first run the facilitator. So ls, we need to go inside the example TypeScript. So we are using TypeScript cd facilitator. Now we have to run the facilitator. In production we don't want to run this for the mainnet. but for the test purpose, like as we are using the base support layer, we need to run our own facilitator to verify as well as to settle the transactions. So pm run dev. So this is going to be the command that we are using to boot up this express server. Now the facilitator is running. That's fine, it is listening to the localhost 3000. And now we will start the MCP server. Yeah, we can start the MCP server. And or else we can start the express server, and then this MCP tool will be run from the cloud, right? So cd example, again I have to go through the folders: cd typescript, ls, cd express, ls, and this is going to be the file where you have to run pnpm run dev. So this is going to be the command that is going to start the server, express server. It is listening in 4021. So facilitator is running in localhost 3000, and the fast API is running in localhost 8000, and then the express server is running in localhost 402021. And finally we'll make sure like whether we could run the MCP or not. So example typescript ls cd into MCP ls. So now I'm going to run and make sure like it is running without any issues. So npm run dev. So that's going to be the command. Yeah, it's running, so there is no issue. So now we'll close this. Right now the blockchain is running, the fast API is running, the export, finally the facilitator is running to validate the X402 payment transactions. I hope this is clear. All right. Now what's next? Now we need to boot up the cloud. Right, it's time to make a transaction. Before that, I have just implemented the status part, right? So what we will do is we'll do one thing, like manually we'll make some API calls, make sure the batch is filled. Once after the batch is filled, let's check the URL service. We'll do first one, and then we'll check the status. It should be pending, because currently in the configure file the batch size is 2. So if one PDF is uploaded, still the batch is not filled, and the Merkle root is not being calculated for the particular batch. So it should not be anchored to the blockchain. So it should be in the pending state, right? First we will verify that, then we will add a PDF and make sure the batch is filled, and then the root of the batch is being calculated and anchored to the blockchain, right? So for that, let's go to the test batch flow. So this creates the file and adds the path. Which returns the path. Open the path as a write it, and then content.encode, and then return the file path. So this file path is being added to this PDF file array, and then we iterate to this array. We open it in the read mode, and then we call the upload API, get the response. From the response we get back the PDF hash, which has been added to this PDF hashes array, which will be used in the upcoming test script. And then from the data we get the transaction hash. So if the transaction hash is there, then print the transaction hash. If not, still the anchor transaction is not being initiated. And this are the other parameters, or else PDF file path, PDF hash, which we got from the response, and also the file path plus the data leaf index. This is going to be, for example, there are two PDFs in a batch, the leaf index of the first PDF is going to be 0, and then the leaf index of second PDF is going to be 1. Fine. What's next? Um, yeah, after that we are going to make a status call. So this is the call that we are calling from the MCP server. So I think we can command this for now. We don't want this, right? But I will explain you like what happens inside this. Get the batch ID, Merkle root. This Merkle root is only populated uh, if the anchoring is been done, right? And then we have PDF hash, batch ID, database root, which is nothing but the Merkle root, occupants, and then the batch data. So I'm going to command this for now. So we will call this function from the plot. So before that, let me do one thing. Like I'm going to first add one file to the EBDN backend, and then I will call the cloud to check if the status of the PDF batch is still pending, right? Okay, let me run this Python 3 test batch. So I think I need to go inside the app, cd app ls clear Python 3 test batch. Yep. So this is the file name, and this is going to be the hash, and we have uploaded. The index is going to be 0, and still the transaction is pending. So we need this transaction hash, right? Am I right? Because why do we need it? If I go to the MCP server, the tool requires the PDF hash to make a call to the Express server. So I hope this works. Let me check the config file before moving on. Developer, edit config, right click, open with Visual Studio Code. Make sure it is running the MCP dev. Yes. No matter. Everything is a test script. So, and also like all the private keys, all the tokens that's been used for this demonstration purpose is on the testnet base Apolia. So no real currency or the fund is been associated with this demo. No need to worry about it. So right now I think I need to change the name of this tool. That's fine. I'm going to create a new chat. Let's start with the hi. Can you please check the status of the PDF, right? Of the PDF hash. So what is going to be the hash? So this is the PDF that's been uploaded to the EBDN. So we have to check, of course, what is going to be the response for this API. So if I go back to the main.py, so this is the status. So it responds with all these parameters: the PDF hash, the name of the PDF batch ID. Where do you get the PDF file name? So you get from the file record. When you are uploading, you are also adding this file name. Existing file name, or else when creating new EBDN for file name. Where is this new EBDN? File name. So yes, so this file contains the name, and then the leaf index, as I said before, this is the index of the PDF, and then the status, this is going to be either pending or anchored, and then the current count. This is very important. How do we get it? We're going to get the count, maybe like number of files in the file database that has the same batch ID that is corresponding to the file that we got from the PDF hash. So that's how it works. You can see, like, from the PDF hash we get the first file in the database. From this file we get the batch, that matches this file's batch ID, and then we get the count. So the number of files in the database that has the same batch ID. So this is going to be the current count. So that's going to be the occupants. And based on, so if the Merkle root exists, then it's going to get the Merkle root, or else the pending calculation is going to be the Merkle root. So yeah, if I give this, the response should be this. Let's see if the status is pending or not, right? I hope it uses the tool, or else I need to manually say to use the tool. I will check the status of the PDF for you, and Claude wants to get EBDN status for the demo, so let's use for the ones. I like to approve every time it asks for the tool. This is the batch ID, as I said before. It's in pending, 1 out of 2, one document in the batch that can hold 2, and leaf index is going to be 0. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm again going to add a new file. So this time it's going to be some other name. So if you are uploading the same, then it ignores it, right? It returns, I think, some error messages and stating like the file is already in the database, so no need to upload it again. So let's create a new file, python 3. Let's run the script again once again. This time it's going to be some other file with some other hash. Now let's check the batch. Can you check again? So in the reason we need AI agents. Like, I don't want to rewrite it. It has a lot of context. I'm asking, and it's saying like yes, I can. Let's see whether it passes the PDF. Now it's going to be anchored because we have uploaded 2 files. The fact is, like, we have used this status API call through the Claude that is enabled both the MCP as well as the X402 payment system. Now if I go back, I just forgot to, like, what is the purpose for this live. The live is the purpose of this live is like to explain the X402. So if I go to the index and express inside the .env file, you could find the address. So this is the address where the AI agents are going to pay to access the monetized APIs to get back the response. So if I copy this address and go back to my browser, right now as we are dealing the payment, I don't know, for some reason it's taking a lot of time. So if I paste this my address, alright, if I paste my address, like for the past 2 minutes we have made 2 API requests through AI agent to the Express, which is enabled X402 payment systems. So you can see so we are paying it, right? So we are paying it. Why that the payment has not index express.env. So this is the address. If I go back over here, paste it over here. I don't know why. Usually the payment has to go. But I don't know, for some reasons the payment is not going. Am I doing something wrong? Still the facilitator is listening. This is the Express server. So let me check with the weather API. Right. Can you get the weather using demo tool? It should return sunny and 70 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So transaction is going through. Yeah, it went through. But why not for this? Am I facing some issues on the server side? Um, Index server. I don't know what is the issue. Why this is not being charged? I could not find any error. Actually, I tried evening, but it was working. But right now, I don't know for some reason. You can see the transaction being anchored. Um, Maybe we'll try once again, right? We will get the hash of the second PDF that we have uploaded. Can you please check PDF status uh, status for this PDF hash, right? Actually, it is getting me everything, but the payment is not going through. Any error message? No. Yeah, the payment is not going through. I don't know why. So if I call the weather API, the payment goes through, but if I call the status API, the payment is not going through. What may be the issue? Is it the issue from the tool side or the server side? I'm not sure. I need to debug it. I'm pretty sure it's not from the Actually, I have a doubt. What if we change the URL to something like obedience? Then I will copy this. But the base URL does not change, right? Base URL does not change. Yeah, the base URL does not change. But here we are not using the base URL. Maybe I can change the status. What if it directly makes a call? So I'll change this, and also over here I'll change this. Now endpoint, right? I will paste it over here. Make sure everything is right. I need to rerun the server and also the facilitator. Let me try. If not, I will debug it. I will try to find a solution, and in the next live I will make sure like it works, right? npm random. So the facilitator is running. npm random. The express is running. I need to restart my cloud. The problem is like whenever you make changes to the tool, you need to restart the cloud. Make sure it's running. Developer, the demo is running. let's open a new chat. Can you or else get the status? Can you get the status of this PDF hash? Need to ask a permission. I will check the status of the PDF hash. Did not ask me permission, but still it got it. I don't know, for some reason the particular maybe it is getting no we are running the tool, right? So the tool we are running, I don't know, some weird error. The payment for should I want to add it separately? What if I wrote something whether I know this is weird, but still will try to do it and remove this charge all the things that has the weather. I need to restart the server, npm run dev, open the cloud. Can you check the status of this PDF hash? I have received a 404 error when trying to look up the PDF hash. Oh yes, we need to update the MCP also. Right. Go to the index. Yeah. Now I get it. EBD and color unit type. Cloud open out. என்ன ப்ரோ ஓப்பன் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது. make sure the tool is running. Okay, go to developers, tool is running. Now create a new chat. Let's check whether the payment goes through or not. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஏன் எரர் வந்துச்சுன்னா we did not update the API endpoint in the tool, அதனால தான். Okay, can you please check the PDF hash, and we have to provide the PDF hash which we have already implemented or uploaded to the backend, right? Let me paste this. Hopefully it asks me the tool permission. I'm not sure. The tool is executed. Okay, we get the file status, the index, occupants. So in the batch size pathina 2, so that both the PDF has been uploaded. So once the batch is filled, we are calculating the route and anchoring to the blockchain. Fine. So on the anchor panna route da idu, but the problem is if a transaction is going through, yeah, no, still the transaction is not going through. Like the same thing if I use can you check the weather, now it is using a tool, get weather no tool, it is used fine. It is taking some time for the payment. Now you can see, like if I so 8 seconds ago there is a payment of 0.01, but for this tool the payment is not going through. I don't know what is the issue. I need to work on it. For some reason this API is not being charged. I'm pretty sure like there is some issue over here. Maybe what if I do something like this? Will it work? Maybe I can last time. Let's try it for last time. If it is not working, that's fine. I will come up with the next slide, right? Last time I will try it. 1 second. So what I'm thinking is slash irukanaala, no matter like what API call you are making, you have to pay this much of amount. That's what I'm guessing, but let's see like how it goes. Let me again, can you please check the status of the PDF hash. If this is not working, that's fine. I will find a solution and I will make a video again. Hopefully this works. நெட்வொர்க் ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவாக இருக்குது ப்ரோ. ஒரு வேதியம் ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் ஸோ. இந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷன் தான் அந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷன் தான். Maybe we'll try for the get weather. I'm pretty sure like இது வந்து முதல்ல பண்ணதில்ல. நான் ரெண்டுமே போகல. நான் ரெண்டு ஏபிஐக்கும் கால் பண்ணால் ரெண்டுக்குமே பேமெண்ட் போகல. ஸோ விச் மீன்ஸ் I'm missing something over here. This should be the error. Maybe I will note it down, right? Maybe tomorrow I will work on it. Update this part. For payment. So yes, with that said, I'm going to end the live. இப்போவே முடிக்க போகிறேன். Yeah, tomorrow I will work on it. I thought it was working, but for some reason the payment is not going through. That's fine. எல்லாத்தையும் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டுருக்காங்க. Close the server. Close the server. Also down the blockchain. Down the blockchain. Clear all. Close the cloud. Actually, Coinbase is providing 10 USDC on Sepolia base, which is good. Testing purpose, it is perfect. Yes, நான் இதை சால்வ் பண்ணிவிட்டு மேபி ஐ வில் கம் லைவ். நெக்ஸ்ட் லைவ் நான் இதை சால்வ் பண்ணுறேன். தேங்க்யூ கைஸ், தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் வாட்சிங். பாய்.